Something has happened. After it happens, what does the school do in response and what does the home do in response? The point is, irrespective of what we do, these are things which will surface from time to time. And when it surfaces from time to time, I think it's the business of educators in schools, parents at home, and people at large, including media, including boards and others who are responsible for all of this, to treat it in a manner in which there is an effective and an impactful solution, but not something that can scar or wound either the girls in question or the boys in question. They are basically children who have nothing else but curiosity in their minds. And when they go unguarded, it can go to some limitless edges. I think we need to guard against all this. There is a whole socio-emotional aspect to it, and therefore there are counselors in schools. And I have always felt that helping children grow up with all their anxieties, with all their curiosities, and with all their experimentation must be supported and looked after by school counselors. And the school wing and the school counseling periods and the plan, policy, and programs in school must essentially be treated like a math period or like a language period. And it should not be just a kind of a period in which nothing specifically happens. It's too generalized and there is no program for work. So I think this has to be further accompanied periodically by including all stakeholders into opinions and trainings, be it teachers of all classes other than the counselors and inclusive of the counselors, talks by experts to parents, and also by and large programs, music, dance, theatre, which can bring out all these emotions and make sure that the whole program is well understood and children are well educated. Cyber experts are now coming into schools and talking to children about cyber crimes. This is almost treated as a cyber crime. It involves the police, it involves the law, it involves the legal systems. There are reprimands, there are punishments, there are juvenile positions. I think there are a whole lot of systems involved in all of this. And I think it's important that all people are also educated about it. It's not just enough if the school children know about it through a lecture or two, but periodic, repetitive instructions must be given and it must be highlighted, saying that involving yourselves in matters which go way beyond curiosity into acts which are not acceptable behaviors in school will lead you to the crime cell, and the repercussions of the same can impact you so badly that it could scar your life. Now, when it comes to the parents, generally discussing sex is taboo at home. I can tell you for sure that even within schools, there are parents who will come and tell you, it's nice that you discuss all these things with your children. Can you please discuss with girls separately and boys separately? And it has always been my take that yes, there are certain things that we need to discuss separately, but by and large, the sensitivity of how women must be treated with dignity or how you help the girl children in school. The word punishment sometimes can finish off people, both the girl and the boy. And when I use the word finish off, it's a scar for their life. The ultimate question to an educator is, do we want to help them? Do we want them to rise from there and behave as normal people and lead their lives? Or are we going to leave them completely unguarded for the rest of their lives?